Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, we have a little guest here, little Miss Z. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing things I wish I had known before I became a mother. She's not going to stay for the rest of the video. If not, I'm not gonna be productive, am I? I'm not gonna be productive, am I? Come and go to your daddy. Becoming a mom has been one of the biggest plot twists of my life. And while people tell you bits and pieces of what to expect, the truth is you never know what to expect until you're actually in it. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain on things I wish that someone had told me before I had a baby. If you're pregnant or thinking about having kids, this video might save you from some serious surprises. This is literally the real stuff that no one ever talks about. Let's get into it. I have my notes on my phone, so I'm just gonna have my phone in my hand as we go through this video. The very first thing that no one prepares you for, or nothing could have prepared me for, is the birthing experience. When you're pregnant, obviously you have like best desires for yourself that, oh, you're gonna have like a smooth pregnancy. I mean, when I was pregnant, every day I woke up and I'm fine. I'm like, God, thank you that everything is going fine. But nothing could have prepared me for how my baby decided to show up in the world. I went from going in for a quick checkup to having a cesarean section within an hour. It was so chaotic, it was so traumatic, like affected my mental health. I needed mental health support. I needed, a lot of things which I can't actually disclose in this video. But basically, when I got pregnant, I did not know this was how it was going to end. I mean, I hoped for the best. I hoped I would have like natural or vaginal delivery, but then everything just changed and nothing could have prepared me for that. Obviously, you can prepare for, pregnancy and being a mom. You can read books, you can do stuff to your body, you can prep your mind, but literally nothing will prepare you for how your birth experience will go. Of course, you should have good desires. You should be optimistic about your birth experience, but nothing, absolutely nothing can prepare you for how that's gonna turn out. So for example, I'm in a mom group where everybody has like different experiences with their birth. There was this person in my mom group, she was 40 weeks, the baby was head down, engaged, right position, everything perfect. But when she went into labor, the labor became prolonged and the baby got distressed and eventually she had to do a cesarean, but she was hoping for a natural birth. I have people that go in, they have natural birth, but then they have to use a forceps to help them bring the baby out. And then there are people that go in and give birth straight away, no issues, pew. There was this lady in the hospital when I had my baby. Literally, the next hour after she gave birth, she stood up, she wore pajamas, she did makeup. I'm like, hey, is it the same birthing experience all of us came to do? So point is, it's very different and you cannot know how yours will be until you go through it. By the way, if you've not seen the video where I spoke about my birthing experience, having an emergency cesarean section, giving birth preterm, I gave birth to my baby at 36 weeks and a couple days. Link up here or here somewhere is going to be linked. Make sure to check out that video. Now, the second thing that no one prepares you for is that the bond may not be there initially. This is the one that hits me like a wall of bricks. Literally, when I had my baby, I did not feel any connection to her, right? And I remember feeling so guilty and feeling like something is wrong with me for being unable to connect with my baby. So it was only when I spoke to my therapist after having my baby and then she explained what was happening. She was like, you had a traumatic experience. There's no way you could have bonded with your child because you're still dealing with the trauma. Like, I was literally diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. That's how bad it was. And so each time I held my baby during those like first few weeks, there was no connection. I remember I called my mom and I started crying. I'm like, why don't I feel connected? Is this how you felt and you had more kids? Like, something is wrong. I don't feel anything towards her. But guess what? Something that the therapist told me and the nurses as well, they said that I'm still breastfeeding her. That the fact that I'm breastfeeding her clearly shows that there's some connection. Yes, the connection may not be at the level I want, but I am connected to her. The fact that I'm willing to still breastfeed her. That is different when I'm even like, oh, I don't want to breastfeed her. Then that one is like quite serious because it means I'm completely dissociated from my baby. And when I started experiencing this, I now found a couple more people on TikTok as well that started sharing their experience, how like some of them did not feel connected. So one thing I've learned from this experience is that your birthing experience affects your connection with your child. This is something I don't think anyone talks about. I had a rough experience giving birth. I had issues with the anesthesia that was put into my body. My baby had to stay in the NICU for 10 days. I had to be readmitted in the hospital for pains. Like, there was a lot of things that cascaded at the same time. And so because of that, my mind was in like survival mode. There was no time trying to expend energy through my emotions. I was just trying to protect myself and protect my peace, if that makes sense. So I didn't feel connected to her and I felt so bad. But what I can tell you is now I just want to eat my daughter. Like, I just want to nibble on her face. I just want to hold her. I just want to cuddle her. Like, eventually it kicked in. I remember one day how it just kicked in. I was just breastfeeding her one day and I just looked into her eye and she looked at me like, And suddenly I started sobbing, I started crying because I was feeling a lot of things towards my baby. I was feeling so connected to her. And ever since then, it's been like this. It's been upwards. Like, I can't imagine there was a time when I did not feel that way. And honestly, if there's any woman watching this video right now and maybe you don't feel connected to your child, I pray that that cloud passes over and you're able to feel that connection, because nothing, absolutely nothing, beats having that connection with your child. Okay, all right, so before we proceed, I'm genuinely excited about Christmas today. Clock it, because this is my first Christmas as a mother, and I'm trying to be intentional about doing things that genuinely have a meaning, or like show my loved ones that I care for them, because they've been there for me. This year, my family, my loved ones, they really showed up all through pregnancy right to childbirth. They've been there for me. I've been sorting out my Christmas presents using Abbot Lyon. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some things that I've gotten. And one thing I actually love about Abbot Lyon is that they curate the most thoughtful gifts. So if you're looking for something that is personalized and has like a bit of meaning, then Abbot Lyon is definitely where you should be checking. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys a couple things that I got. This first one, you can see it says Jason. This is a gift that I got for my husband. Look at how gorgeous this packaging is, you guys. So if you're yet to get a Christmas present, Abbot Lyon, their packaging is insane. Just look at this one. This one says Choma. This one I got it for my sister. And not just that, it even comes in like its own personalized bag, which makes it very, very nice. Look, because there's something so thoughtful about giving like a personalized gift. It comes like this. So this is a wristwatch. This is the wristwatch. This is the wristwatch. How beautiful and gorgeous is this? I got this for Jason. I got my sister this necklace as well. Something she's told me she really loves, so I just got it for her. Look at this gorgeous piece, you guys. You can see it's like a link necklace. It also comes with a bracelet. Like, it's a complete set. My sister is absolutely gonna love this. So this is the bracelet, you guys. Can you see that? Yeah, that's the bracelet, and this is the necklace. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and lastly, I also got a jewelry from my mom with her name on the box as well. So I got her an earring, and she's going to be so surprised because she rarely ever buys jewelry for herself. This is the earring that I got for my mom. I really love that I'm able to do this for my mother, because she's literally been my pillar in this season. And also, just to say, the pieces that I have on currently, everything that I have on currently is from Abbot Lyon. Everything. Okay, the necklace actually has my initial CP here, and this is my name, Chidera. And what I particularly love about Abbot Lyon pieces is the fact that, one, you can personalize it. Two, the jewelry is like premium quality. Okay, it is tarnish free and it is water resistant, because nobody wants a jewelry that loses its shine after a couple months. Most importantly, everything comes with a 5-year warranty and happiness guarantee, so you know that you're getting something that lasts. And then you can personalize almost everything from necklaces to earrings to bracelets. Abbot Lyon has got you covered. And hold up, I've got you. Use my code Chidera241 for a special 2-for-1 offer that they currently have going on. So basically what that means is you get 2 jewelry, okay, 2 jewelry pieces for the price of 1. How amazing is that? The link is in the description to check out Abbot Lyon. And with Abbot Lyon, you can make every moment special this Christmas. Now back to the rest of the video. The next thing that no one talks about, I wish someone had told me, is that breastfeeding can be hard. So for something that is natural, you know, typically you just see a woman hold her baby here and baby's breastfeeding. Is like, oh, that's easy. It is not easy. Hey. So also the fact that, you know, I had a cesarean, my baby had to stay in the NICU, it means I didn't get a lot of contact time with my baby, because that actually helps your hormones, your oxytocin hormone and also lactation hormones to start working when you have that contact time with your baby. So because I didn't have that, it made it a bit difficult for my breast milk to kick in. Eventually it did. So having to get her to latch and teaching her how to latch, that was quite a lot. And another thing my nurse said, which helped me, was that my baby is brand new. She don't know nothing. Okay, she's learning how to live, how to breastfeed, how to latch. At the same time, I'm a new mom. I've never done this before, so I'm also learning. So both of us are learning at the same time, so it's gonna take a while. It's not instant. We had to get a lactation consultant, okay, who came to the house and watched how I was breastfeeding, showed me some breastfeeding techniques to be able to get my baby to get more of the nipple into her mouth and stuff like that. But bro, nothing could have prepared me. Another thing that is really stressful during this season is getting your milk supply up. Ooh, child, I remember when my baby will feed, and sometimes it's like the breast milk is not enough, like I wasn't supplying enough. That was just for a couple days, but it almost drove me crazy. And I remember, you know, going online, finding things, calling my mom, calling my auntie, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And then there's a lot of, oh, you need to eat. At that time I wasn't eating a lot, because obviously I told you my mental health was in shambles. I realized one of the first things they all said is you need to eat well, you need to start eating more so that you can supply more milk. Okay, and also another thing with breastfeeding is the supply and demand thing. If your body feels like there's more demand for milk, it would try to meet that supply. So what I had to start doing was what they call power pumping. You guys, I only did it one time. Power pumping is when you're like, you use the breast pumps and you're pumping intermittently for like an hour. I think I did it 10 minutes, 5 minutes break, 10 minutes, 5 minutes break, 10 minutes, 5 minutes break for an hour. So it's to trick your mind to feel like, oh, your baby's breastfeeding a lot, so that your body can then produce a lot of milk to meet that demand. There are several other things that I did, honestly, but guys, it's not a walk in the park. And you know, further down the line, now breastfeeding is easy. It gets easier. But trust me, when people were telling me during that time that, oh, it's gonna get easier, I'm like, I don't see it. I almost tapped out. I'm like, I'm tapping out. Please let's give her formula. I'm tired. It's hard. Like, my heart goes out to any mother I see that is like a new mom, first time mom, trying to figure out breastfeeding. I'm like, girl, take your accolades, you deserve it. Another thing to breastfeeding that, you know, I did not really expect is how overwhelming it gets. I become touched out. I become overstimulated. Every day someone drinks on my body. Do you know what that feels like? Someone's survival is dependent on my body producing enough. Sometimes I get touched out, like I don't want to be touched. Sometimes my husband will just touch my hand. I'm like, don't touch me, don't touch me. Because I'm so touched out from feeding and feeding and feeding. And when it gets really worse is when they are cluster feeding. Cluster feeding is when the child is eating back to back to back because they are trying to grow. So they're about to experience what they call a growth spurt, or they're actually even experiencing a growth spurt. So during that time, they tend to eat a lot because they're expending a lot of energy to grow. That time you need to hold your God. If you want to do exclusive breastfeeding, you need to hold your God and say, God, it's me and you in this journey. Let's move right to the next point. So the next thing I wish someone had told me, that sleep deprivation, English is that sleep deprivation is real. But what I mean by that is you're not gonna sleep, okay? These babies, they wake up every 2 hours. Some people even have it worse. I have a friend, her baby was waking up every hour or every hour 15 minutes. So by the time she's putting the baby down to just do something, baby is up again. Baby needs to breastfeed. She puts baby down. It's like an endless loop. You're literally just in a loop. During the first few weeks, I was literally functioning. I used to say I was functioning like a zombie. Like I don't even know what time it was, what day it was. All I know is that I'm carrying my baby, I'm breastfeeding her, I'm suiting her, helping her burp. Burping is another thing. These babies don't know how to burp. So you might breastfeed a baby, let's say 10 minutes. You spend like 30 minutes trying to get them to burp. And if they don't burp, then they can have acid reflux and the food will come out even through their nose. The day food came out through her nose, I was like, what the hell? But it's actually normal. So like, you have to burp them, you have to feed them, you have to change their nappy, you have to bathe them, you have to check their temperature, you have to do this, you have to do that. There's no sleep. There's no sleep. Sleep deprivation hits you so hard. And that's one of the things that makes it very hard in the newborn stage. Because imagine you deprive someone of sleep. And not just sleep. On top of that, the person has to care for someone when they are also healing themselves. It's one of the hardest seasons, okay? My respect and my heart to any mother out there. It is not a walk in the park. Not just me, Seth, even my husband, both of us sleep deprived. The next thing that no one really talks about is that you might have to navigate mom guilt. I mean, there's guilt and then there's mom guilt. They are two different things. Okay, because tell me why I was feeling bad that I'm sleeping and Jason is holding her so that I can get some sleep, and I'm gonna go back to hold her so he can get some sleep. But why am I feeling bad that I'm sleeping when actually I need to take care of myself in order to care for my baby at the optimum level? Okay, so mom guilt is when you're feeling guilty for doing things you should actually do, but then you're feeling like, oh, you should be there for your child. It's like a constant cycle. I literally had to, you know, mentally psych myself and tell myself, I can't keep feeling this way. Like, this is wrong. I need to be 100 in order to show up for my child. So I'm at a point now where I literally, whenever I have that feeling, oh, I'm feeling guilty of something, I talk to myself, because I'm like, nah, you can't be feeling guilty. What you're doing is the right thing to do. Your daughter is cared for, she's safe, she's with someone, you know, that you trust, or stuff like that. So basically, there are different ways that mom guilt comes in. Even like having to give your baby formula, there's mom guilt that comes with that. It's like, oh, why are you feeding your baby formula? Oh, you know, you should be supplying enough. There's a lot of things that by default just makes the mother feel bad. Okay, mom guilt is something you have to learn to navigate, and also psych yourself to know that you need to take care of yourself first and well enough to be able to show up appropriately for your child. So the next thing that no one tells you about having a child is that some days are amazing, but some days are really, really tough. I mean, there are days that are easy. My baby goes to bed as she ought to. We don't even, you know, pet her too much. She goes to sleep. Everything, the day is just so smooth. And then there are days that are really hard, where she's like a bit fussy and we're trying to to get her to settle, or I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with her, or I'm even overstimulated. Some days are hard, but the good days are much more than the tough days, if that makes sense. Another thing that no one tells you about having a baby is that general advice may not work for your baby. So here's the thing, everybody is different, every child is different. I remember when I was attending antenatal classes, they swore by swaddling your baby. If you swaddle your baby, they will sleep. They won't have like the startle reflex, they will sleep well. My dear, I tried to swaddle my pikin. She do like say I cage her. The girl no gree. She did not agree. She said she's not gonna stay in that thing. I should free her. So we tried swaddling her. Each time we did, she would get fussy. She would start crying. She hated it. Till today, we only swaddled her once. And that night, it was just for like 1 hour. We put her down. She tried to sleep in it, but she became very agitated and we had to take her out of it. We tried again, but we just told ourselves, no, this doesn't work for our child. I mean, people will give you advice, but what you should know as a mother, you should trust your instinct that you know what is best for your child. You know your child better than anyone else. And what anybody can do is tell you what they think would work and pick the ones that work. The ones that don't, my dear, you'll figure it out. Another thing no one tells you about having a child is lifestyle alteration. So I mean, obviously when you're pregnant and trying to have a child, you know your life is going to change. You know, it's a no-brainer, it's gonna change. But I don't think you realize how much your life is going to change until you're actually in it. There was a time, I think when I was 6 weeks postpartum, I was telling my husband, oh, we need to go and see this movie. There's a movie that came out. I was like, oh, let's go and see the movie. I want to buy tickets, like let's go. And you know what? My husband was like, what are we going to do with the baby? I was like, oh wait, yeah, we can't go to the cinema with the baby. How do people do it? I'm like, when can we go to the cinema? This guy's gonna be a baby for like 2 years. When are we going to go to the cinema? Even when she's 2, can we take her to the cinema and she won't be crying and making noise? And we can't take her to like the adult movies. So what's gonna happen? Like I just started spiraling. Yeah, that's a lifestyle alteration that I actually did not think of. Like the practical aspects of that lifestyle alteration, I didn't think about it. Like there's always this child to consider going forward. And I mean, obviously I'm living in answered prayers and I'm deeply grateful for that. But like, you're just gonna realize life has changed and you need to embrace the new while letting go and grieving the past. Like, I mean, me and my husband were together for the couple years alone. We've lived together, we've understood each other, and now we're in a new season where there's this small person that we have to consider all the time. So that's something that is gonna hit you at some point, you know, after having your baby. The next thing is that this one, it hits me personally. Maternity leave, it's not maternity leave, it's a full-time job. You know, when I was thinking I'll be on maternity leave, I tell you the ideas I had. I thought I'd put my leg on the sofa, you know, hold my baby. I'm watching Netflix, we're chilling, we're watching Netflix, I'm raising my leg up, I'm feeling alright. Trust me, it's nothing like that. You're gonna be caring for this baby 24/7. I mean, obviously there are times now that she's older. Now that she's older, it's much better. There are times when I can sit down and watch TV and, you know, just relax when she's sleeping and all of that. But in the initial stages, you're not gonna get that. And with maternity leave, why I don't even like the way it's called leave, is as if you're going to go and relax from work. You're going to take on a new job that is gonna demand everything from you. Your energy, your emotions, your blood, literally, because breast milk is made from blood. It's gonna demand everything from you. So it's not maternity leave, my dear. You are leaving your job to take up another full-time job where there is no break. In your employment, you can take a break, you know, have a breather. This one, you can't take a break from being a mother. You're a mother even when you don't want to. Even the days you don't want to be, you are a mother. So that's something that I feel like is worth noting. And then last but not the least, something I really want to share here, just so that it's not all negative. I mean, I've shared some good side of it, is that it does get better. This is something I want you to take away from this video if you're watching it up to this point. It gets better. Trust me, there are a lot of things that I had to figure out and learn. I'm at a point where I know my baby. I know when she's crying for sleep. I know when she's hungry. I know when she's uncomfortable. I know, like, check her nappy is full. Something like that. I know. I'm now in a position where I'm very comfortable being a mom and I love it. Like, I'm in a point where I love being a mom. You get my point? But if you had asked me this, like, let's say 2 months ago, I'll tell you that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even understand why I decided to do this. I was going through it. But at this point, I'm in a point where I'm like, it was totally worth it. Yes, I went through the hardest, like, delivery process, the hardest birthing experience, but 100% is worth it. My daughter makes it absolutely worth it, okay? So that's something I want to share here. So it definitely gets better. If you're a new mom going through it, it gets better. You're gonna look down, you're gonna be like, wow, you know, time has gone by, this child is growing. So yeah, it gets better, and that's something you should know as a first-time mom. Okay guys, so there we have it. Sorry that this video was a bit long, but I hope you got 1 or 2 value from this video. If there are any other things you think I should know, even me on my journey, because I'm still learning, or if there's any other thing you know that you want to share with other mothers, please leave it down in the comments below. You know me, I'm gonna be in my comments, I'm gonna read my comments. Don't forget to please like this video. Please, I'm begging in the name of God, like this video and subscribe to this channel so you can reach more people. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye bye.